Hello nerds and welcome to On Cooldown, the show M. Night Shyamalan wished he could have directed instead of ruining my childhood. Oh, cool. Wait, this doesn't feel like M. Night Shyamalan. Where's the bad acting? The angsty teens? Where is Ung?
Are you the Avatar Ong?
Ah, there we go. In today's episode, we have another Q&A with our boy Ian. Azerite gear from Emissary will be scaled up somehow. Island expeditions, loot and the idea behind it, and the new Azerite traits. Hello fellow Azerothians, I am Gork Bork the Orc Dork and I shall be bringing you the news. If you are new here, click the buttons necessary for us to have to stop asking you to do this. Hey look, it's even on the screen. No, you can't click on the screen. It's like just underneath the video. Yeah, there we go, yep. A little bit on the quiet side this week, but not without events and things happening. Of course, so much more of 8.1 content has been disclosed, but I'll let you guys experience the stories firsthand. Mainly because I haven't done so and don't intend to, unless they come on live for the maximum RP engagement, hashtag no bugs please. But among the new additions we have new Azerite traits, and as I am writing this I have the list open on my second monitor, ready to go over them for the first time with you wonderful viewers. Just kidding, Romania does not have electricity because we are voting against gay marriage, hashtag 2018. But let's see if we can be as authentic as the internet permits. First off we have Ancient's Bulwark. Standing still grants deep roots and increases versatility, aka most boring stat in all of gaming. And if you move, you get uprooted, which gives us healing every 1 second. Now, it doesn't say if it's for a specific duration, and since it doesn't, I am inclined to believe that the healing amount will probably be negligible. Unless it's hidden in the text and we need to compulsively sim it. Woohoo! Shadow of a Loon. Spells and abilities have a chance to increase haste. Interesting. And at night you get 10% movement for the 15-second haste buff duration. Alright, this is pretty cool, interesting dynamic. Also, these two seem to be Night Elf themed traits. That could mean they come from the Darkshore Warfront, but not sure if they are specifically only for Alliance, so let's check the Forsaken counterpart. Apothecary's Concoctions. Damaging abilities have a chance to deal plague damage over 6 seconds. Plague damage, And healing abilities have a chance to restore health over 6 seconds. I am just avoiding the numbers because, well, numbers, and the fact that the data mined info says 18 plague damage and 36 health over 6 seconds, which are as exciting as my missing left sock. These effects are increased by up to 100% based on missing health. Okay, so what? They reach 18k plague damage? No, that's 1.8k plague damage over 6 seconds and 3.6k healing over 6 seconds. I suppose right now they have been bumped to be as exciting as my striped left sock that's missing under the bed. Endless Hunger increases versatility because we cannot just give the Alliance all the shit buffs. Moving near an enemy corpse, so no friendlies, consumes their essence, restoring 6 health, again numbers. The mechanic is interesting, sounds like a PvP trait to me, but since I play Horde and Draenor Horde is as good at PvP as a headless chicken, I doubt this will ever proc for me. But it's all testing at the moment, right? Okay, this can take a while. Plus, I haven't written so much since my master's degree, of which I totally have one, and is as exciting as my slightly used pair of underwear. Oh shit! Frost Decay are getting a cool one. Check this out. Pillar spawns a frost whelp that breathes AoE frost damage, I assume, and increases your mastery for every unique target hit. Sounds PvP-ish, but I am behind these kinds of traits. Fuck yeah. Druid as well, really cool. And Marksman Hunters get some love. Cool. Oh, and check Mistweaver out with the secret infusion where Thunder Focus T buffs the next spell so it can buff you with a stat. Oh, fuck your versatility, Jesus! Okay, a lot of cool stuff. Shamans are getting love, warlocks and warriors. Okay, this is what I've been talking about. Interesting traits, not food level buffs smashed into gear. I like where this is going, I really do. Keep it up, guys. For a few weeks now, island expeditions have had their loot clarified. You can essentially target the themed loot by killing the appropriate themed mobs. So for the Vrykul themed weapons, kill the Vrykul mobs on the Vrykul island, and so on. The drop chance is still not discussed, but Ian has shed some light on the loot system for island expeditions. The initial concept of the system was to reward players with the best Azerite sources in the game. Mounts, pets, gear were added as a bonus and not as a focus or specific reward for doing the island expeditions. I agree with this kind of system. The value of an item, a mount, or themed gear is as high as the item is rare. I personally dislike the availability of everything in the game, and for people who complain that they need to farm dozens of islands to get that jelly mount or parrot mount, I say tough. Well, don't be all in my beeswax, but the island expeditions are not here to give you a mount and pet drops. They are here to give you Azerite, and this is a valid point to be debated if the Azerite is not enough. And if you really want that special mount that people cannot be bothered to farm, then farm it. It's supposed to be rare. It's better to be rare, you get the parrot and it shows you are an island no-lifer, and that's what you want people to know, right? I've seen a trend of the loot system becoming more and more like Diablo 3, where you just get super good gear very often. Although I am playing the system, I personally prefer the gear to be rare. I want an epic item to mean epic, and if it drops for every 30 minutes of gameplay, it's really common, or at the very most uncommon. This means green quality for all you guys who want to play vanilla WoW. But enough about this rant, and speaking of Ian, he did an interview with Forbes, and to be honest, it's not really worth checking. The questions are so standard, it made me yawn so much I wanted to pour salt in my eye to get some form of excitement. The questions are things we already discussed and asked ourselves in return, but you can definitely check it out if you want. I left the link in the description below. So let's talk Azerite armor instead. With the variety of traits and the lack thereof with actual good traits, Azerite gear is a commodity that high-end content people have had a hard time coming by. If you are currently rating anything above normal Uldir, and I don't even want to think about how this affects PvP, you probably know that the only source of Azerite gear is the 1 drop per week from the raid, or be super lucky that the 1 chest per week drops the exact piece from the exact dungeon that you want in the exact week. If it drops any other piece, or if it drops a different item entirely, or even if it drops a piece you already have, tough luck, try again next week. To counteract this current system, we have emissary caches that reward Azerite gear. I've checked, not all emissaries drop gear, and the Azerite gear will be of higher level, up to 370 eye level, which is a big step up in the right direction. To get 370 for instance, it seems you need somewhere above 367 eye level personally in total, otherwise you are getting 355 or 340 eye level Azerite gear. I am currently 358 and I have yet to see a 355 gear cache, so I'm still holding my breath. We even had a post saying that some issues were happening with the eye level of the gear, like we would be surprised at this point that bugs made it into past testing again. But then again, the system seems to be coming along, and I might sound salty, and I might be salty, and I really am salty, because after 3 weeks of normal, heroic and LFR Uldir, I got one and only one Uldir trade gear drop, from LFR of course, and none of that heroic bullshit. In my only Azerite slot where it's not an upgrade because I have a 370 Azerite gear from a Warfront with a very inferior trait. So, take my saltiness with a grain of salt. On the other hand, I'm coming back to what I said 5 minutes ago. Great gear is great when it's rare and hard to get, and this is how I feel currently. Although I risk an overdose of sodium chloride, I actually wanna hop in the game and get that 1 or 2 Azerite pieces that I am missing so I can play demo lock and take my rightful place at the bottom of the DPS chart and not off of it entirely. It's fun and it feels rewarding when you get the piece that you want, and it's a part of the game that I have been missing for years. Let's close off with a Q&A that Ian had yesterday with the community. If you are actually seeing this, it means that the Q&A didn't make it past the recording of this video in time, and I probably will have a link for you guys in the description, followed by a discussion video where I could ask you for opinions and stuff and talk about the Q&A in general. It's been a good week, guys, and I hope you are doing well. Enjoy your lives outside Azeroth, and I'll catch you next time. Like and subscribe.